Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So if you were to compare Charlie Kirk's conversations with young people today versus, say, a conversation that Cliff Knenchel, I can't even pronounce his last name correctly, my apologies, Cliff, I think you're awesome, with a young person on a college campus about the existence of God and proving the existence of God to that student who happened to be more agnostic than atheist. But it always amazes me, like with people that claim to be atheists, they're trying to say that something can come from nothing, but nevertheless, nothing can come from nothing. It doesn't work like that. So the existence of God, and I know there are people in my audience that are agnostic and atheist, and, all credit to you, fantastic. But I would encourage you to do a little bit of a deeper dive into who God is and the intelligent nature and intelligent design that is you as an individual and the world around us. So there needs to be, in order for there to be life itself, there needs to be an intelligent designer or creator of that thing. If it's a human being, which is the ultimate form, and you don't have to look too far either. Like, just look at the human brain, for example, and how the human brain works, or any organ in the human body, and how intricately detailed each organ actually is, and its function and its workings. That's just one. So you've got intelligent design, you also have love, and you have order. Number one, intelligent design, creator, someone creating all of this. Love, which is something that not a lot of people can really explain fully. You have a lot of people that try and explain it the best way possible, but the best form or the best explanation for love is Christ. Christ says he is love. Without God, we wouldn't be able to love. We don't know or aren't fully able to comprehend what love really is, because God is love. So anyway, all that being said, put all that aside. So I know Cliff can explain it a lot better than what I can, and that's why I encourage you guys to look at what Cliff said, not what I said. But when Charlie is talking to a lot of college campus students, I always love listening to him talk, because he is a very intelligent individual, and he has a way of being able to, if anyone has like these gotcha style questions, which some students they go in, they're like, oh, this is fantastic, I'm going to get Charlie Kirk today, I'm going to humiliate him in front of all these fans. Nah. Doesn't end up going any of their way. Let's just say that. So he is speaking to this young college student who happens to be really indoctrinated and rather dumb, which I think is sad, because a lot of young college kids are being indoctrinated with a lot of rubbish. They're not really teaching, well, they are. They're teaching kids what to think and how to think it, but not the right kind of stuff. They need to teach them exactly what they should think and how to think. That is going to help their brain and help their intellect grow. This kind of stuff demolishes it, destroys it. So when it comes to the issue of race, critical race theory and the like, right, a lot of young college campus students, and this person happens to be white, and she's sticking up for critical race theory, saying, oh, I'm oppressed. If you need to see Am I Racist by Matt Walsh, definitely do that. But to see how absurd and how deep this stuff actually goes, spoiler alert, goes quite deep, because you have these ideological dingbats that roam around and spout these ridiculous ideas that say that white people are the worst thing on the face of the earth, which this young person unfortunately believes. Her whiteness, her skin color, her pigmentation somehow is the worst thing on the earth. Like, she needs to feel sorry for her whiteness that she was born with. Like, that to me is stupid. But Charlie Kirk wanted to point out so many flaws in her logic when it came to critical race theory, which is the bane, again, of all human existence. It's the wrong kind of ideology. You don't want it to be in society. And by the way, the man behind it was Derek Bell, and Charlie Kirk will pick up on some important facts. Have a watch.
Is the founder of CRT.
I can't name her, but I know that she's quoted saying her ideology.
Kimberly Crenshaw, Introduction to Critical Race Theory, written in what year? 1999.
Why would I know that, Charlie?
Well, okay, but hold on. You can't come up here and start throwing around the stuff and not know the literature, okay?
I actually can.
And who was her mentor and inspiration?
Why would I need to know
Derek
that?
Bell, right, who in the early 1990s wrote the prerequisite to the modern CRT regime. But please continue.
Okay, CRT by its founder is designed as the study of past inequalities and their effect on modern institutions, specifically economics. Do you agree with that definition?
No.
What's your definition?
Call everything racist till you control it.
Right, which is why you don't agree with it, because you're wrong.
No,
you
because
don't know
I've actually read the literature. So let me ask you a question. So in the CRT literature, what do they think of white people or whiteness?
Who would you like me to quote?
Kimberly Crenshaw.
I haven't read Kimberly Crenshaw.
She says that whiteness is a cancer or a toxin on our society.
The concept of whiteness, the racial concept of whiteness.
Okay, so what is whiteness?
The sort of construction of privilege that comes with being white in this country.
Right, so what privilege do you and I as white people have that black people don't have?
Yeah, great question. On applications that are blindly judged, white-sounding names are often given the job more, they're paid more.
Not true. In fact, it's the opposite. There's black privilege right now. It's called affirmative action. True or false?
True.
Okay, so yeah, there's black privilege, not white privilege.
This person starts throwing things around about critical race theory. Kimberly Crenshaw, who the one that actually came up with critical race theory, Kimberly Crenshaw, she's the one that took it and ran with it. So Derek Bell was the one that came up with it, who happened to be an attorney, believe it or not. And Derek Bell, his ideologies were rather dangerous. It's rather absurd to say that black people don't have the same rights today than, say, the white person. So the white person nowadays needs to apologize to the black person. Critical race theory is dangerous. You shouldn't be teaching it to a young kid at all, especially in today's day and age where you're so privileged. But this person Charlie goes, you can't come up here and start, making nonsense remarks. And she's going, well, yes, I can. The balls on this person. No, you can't. If you want to have a conversation with someone, at least come with some kind of logical reason and rationale with you. Don't go up there and start shouting or spouting things you know nothing about. You don't know the full facts, but yet you just think that you're right about everything. It doesn't work like that, man. And Charlie just pointed that out to her, plain and simple. Oh, yeah, well, I don't need to know who was the inspiration for Kimberly Crenshaw's critical race theory adoption and push into the modern world. Why do I need to know any of that? Oh, I just need to know that critical race theory is for me and I'm the bad person and everyone else should know all about critical race theory because it's a fantastic doctrine. Maybe you should do a little bit more research there, hun. That's the radical left's answer to everything now. You don't agree with it? You're a racist. No, I'm not a racist. Don't agree with the gender? You're a racist. You're a racist, transphobic, homophobic bigot. You're everything that I want to call you, except you're wrong. This person goes to Charlie because he disagreed with her so-called definition of CRT, which is critical race theory. You're wrong. But Charlie's not wrong. You're wrong there, love. Just thought you should know that on so many levels. And Charlie points out exactly why she's wrong. So Kimberly Crenshaw, who this student has got no idea who she is, by the way, is a black individual, a black academic of sorts. And she actually said her own words that race or whiteness is a cancer or a toxin to society. If you are going around spouting that rubbish to young kids like this one, what do you think is going to happen? I wonder. So you're saying that your blackness, because your pigmentation is black, your blackness is not a cancer or a disease, but whiteness somehow is. How does that work exactly? It's the whole notion that white people, because the ancestors may have owned slaves, which, by the way, is not all true because guess what? If you're in Africa, African chiefs would sell their own people as slaves. Of course, let's not forget about that. But the white man's the one at fault because he's the one that bought them. What about the one that actually sold them? Oh, let's not care about that. Let's only care about the white man that owned slaves. By the way, Donald Trump is the only presidential candidate where his family didn't own slaves. Let that sink in. Charlie gets her. Like she was saying, white-sounding names on applications. If they're white-sounding names, man, you can have like just a regular name, Gerald. Could be a black kid for all we know. Oh, but it's a white-sounding name. Shocker. Ends up being a black kid. So I'm not going to move this application forward because the name sounds white. Anyone see the problem with that? Yeah, I do. So there's a lot of personal bias there, a lot of racial bias, but you've got affirmative action, which is wrong. But DEI, nonsense. To say that a black person should get an opportunity over a white person because of that person's skin color, not because of their intellect. That is stupid. But that's the world we live in today, ladies and gentlemen, and you've got young people like this, which is, again, I'll say it, really sad to see that her brain has not fully developed yet and she's got all these ridiculous ideas. But I guess that's why Charlie Kirk goes on campus to humble them and to also help them as best he possibly can. But anyway, my friends, God help our population. You guys take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.